Hello, and welcome to another video. This will be a shorter one. It's just 2 matches. I happened to play some AP with Dread quite a while ago, so this match is me and Dread, and then the other one's just a solo queue on Starforge. This happens to be over on Swtor Sean, so this character is on Swtor. This is my character's name. It just happened to be opened when Dread gave me a data card, and I was like, you know what, I'll make a character over there and send my gold augs over here. So I have gold augs here, I don't have the new augs. And I was like, you know what, might as well play with him. I really appreciate the what do you call it, the data card. It's crazy how less expensive they are. They used to be like $1 billion, now they're like 300 mil, which is pretty nice. But regardless, we had some fun games, and this is like the only one that I felt like was semi-decent. Unfortunately, there's a 3v4 in the beginning, but there is a 2-man pre-made on an enemy team, so it is definitely not terribly unbalanced, but regardless, the first round is pretty much a freebie. But it gives me time to kind of like explain when you're playing AP, the reason why I go for a healer here is because I can tunnel into the PT, but it's much better for me to control the healer. It makes it easier for our juggernauts to survive, because our juggernauts will soak up X amount of damage, but the PT will be able to soak up more if he's actually able to get healed. So I just want to make sure that healing is just not really possible. So I'm hitting the healer. Especially if, you know, the PT uses his defenses pretty well, it will be kind of hard to just flat out kill him with 2 Vengeance Chucks and an AP PT. It's definitely doable though. So I just took this safe bet. But for AP, it's really just about doing damage. If you don't do damage, AP is not really worthwhile to play into Arena, mostly because it just gets tunneled, and on top of that, it's usually always going to be the first to go. That's one, because you just do way too much damage, they have to get you out. 2, all your defenses are DR based, that means you have to pop them at a very high health percentage, and eventually you're going to be out of them, so you're going to die. And 3rd, you know, like if you're actually getting supported, you'll get another shield up, and if you get another shield, that's usually enough to wipe the entire game. So it is a very versatile and high damage class. And what I mean by versatile means like it doesn't matter what it's playing against, it's just always going to do damage. Normally there are some classes that just won't do any damage into certain things, like for example Carnage in combat won't really do that much damage into a whole bunch of assassins and warriors, just because of the saber ward and deflection. And then also like evasion. So in round 2 here, we go for the healer again. Same concept. I do want to hit the PT a little bit, but unfortunately I have the marauder on me, so I have to try to kite the marauder for what I can, but also hit the Sork at the same time. Which is a strategy I don't recommend to most players, and especially PT players, for example. You might be able to do what I'm doing, but chances are you're taking a lot of risk for very little gain. I know we need to kill the PT, but we also need to have the healer down, because the longer the healer is up, the more value they get, and eventually everybody on our team is going to be out of cooldowns. So if we can get 2 people down for the price of 1, it's much better. I could have, let's just say in theory, so I got guard really late, let's just say in theory I go for the PT here, and I get self-scanned. There's a chance that I might end up dying and only trading 1 for 1 instead of 2 for 1, which would be a pretty bad trade considering they have a healer. And our tank is like, sure he's guarding, but he's not guarding like super fast, so if they play right, they can do a lot more. Anyways, it's just really, again, if you want to play AP in Arena, it's all about doing damage. If you guys are interested in AP guides, I definitely recommend checking my my guides on the class. Then also look at the defensive management guide that I have for AV8 and 4v4. It explains damage reduction, like how it works and how you should be using damage reduction rather than just popping your DCDs incorrectly. There should be a rotation in mind or a response in mind, depending on what defensive you want to use. Power Tech just happens to be very straightforward with theirs. And then here's a match where I tell the Juggernaut to sit the Stork. The Stork's pretty decent. Pretty sure he's Camden, which is a player that I ran into quite often in solo ranked quite a while ago. It's the same kind of like name theme, plays the same kind of way. Pretty sure it's the same person. Though I've never really interacted with them, so I have no idea. And since they split on that person, this allows me to kind of like stay away from him, because obviously I know he wants to kill me, but if he's not able to do anything because 2 Juggernauts is pretty oppressive, it puts me in a better situation. And because they only had 2 DPS, I want to try to make sure that I stay away from the DPS, so if the healer is kind of like running away, I don't really have to worry about that as much, because he's basically kiting for me as I chase him, if that makes sense. Then after that, it's pretty much just a cleanup game. Most times you probably won't get away with this because the DPS players will chase you, but it's always something worth trying. If they're not chasing you, this is probably the best move that you can do, because this means that you're taking care of the healer so they're not getting healed, and the healer is going to basically make it so you're kiting the enemy DPS, which is perfect, and you're effectively doing your job. And thankfully it ended up working out for me. Alternatively, if they were hitting me and they were following me, I would try to get my job done as fast as I could and probably die for it. But if not, we could just triple tunnel the DPS Stork, because it would shut him down completely. But typically I would want to go between the guard, between the healer and the DPS Stork. And the healer would pretty much given up, which kind of sucks, but that's just how it goes. I've been sitting on this footage for, I would say, like 2 weeks now, so I figured, you know, might as well upload this just to get it out of the way. I'm clearing out the rest of my footage. You know, obviously I've had 2 30-minute games or videos the past 2 days or 3 days or so. I'll clear out my footage. This will be all but the 8v8 that I played. I'm a little burnout on Arena right now, but we'll probably get some 8v8s here soon. Anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you guys again soon.